Hello my angling friends, welcome back to the channel, your ultimate guide to tight lines and full nets. Today we're diving deep into the fishing forecast for Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025, right here in beautiful Ireland. Now if you're thinking of staying home, think again. This day, my friends, is shaping up to be absolutely special for a very particular reason, and trust me, you won't want to miss what nature has in store for our fins. The combination of stable, mild autumn weather and steadily cooling water temperatures is setting the stage for some truly phenomenal fishing, especially for our predatory species. Get ready for an exciting day on the water. First up, let's talk about our freshwater titans, pike. Autumn, and particularly mid-October, is prime time for these toothy predators across Ireland. They're in a full-blown feeding frenzy, packing on weight before winter really sets in. Where to find them, you ask? Focus your efforts around deeper margins, pronounced drop-offs, and any areas offering substantial cover like dense weed beds or submerged structures. Think about where the bait fish might be congregating for warmth and shelter, and the pike won't be far behind. For tackle, I'd highly recommend dead baits. Try a small smelt or mackerel fished on a trace. Larger soft plastics slowly worked along the bottom or overstructure can also be deadly. Wobblers and spinnerbaits retrieved at a snail's pace will also entice a strike. Remember, in cooler water, slow and steady often wins the race. Next, for those who love the salty spray, let's talk about bass. October is historically a phenomenal month for bigger bass, particularly along Ireland's rugged coastlines, especially in the south from Cork to Kerry, and also on the east coast. These strong fighters will be actively patrolling. My advice, focus your efforts on deeper channels during low tide where fish might concentrate, and don't forget shallower, rough ground, where bait fish seek refuge. For shore anglers, fresh peeler crab or lugworm on a pulley rig is incredibly effective. If you're a lure angler, shallow diving crankbaits or even surface poppers, especially during low light, can produce fantastic results. And finally, our feisty perch. These striped beauties are often found in schools, and late October can be fantastic for them. Look for them holding near features like bridge pillars, deep holes, or the edges of drop-offs in canals and larger lakes. They'll be active, but can be selective, so presenting your bait precisely is key. Small, soft plastics, particularly in natural baitfish colors, or tiny jig heads tipped with a worm, worked slowly near the bottom, will be your best bet. A light float rig with a small worm or maggot can also be incredibly effective for these hungry little predators. Now for the conditions that make all the difference. The weather for October 22nd, 2025 across Ireland is looking relatively stable. We're expecting daytime temperatures to be around 12 to 13 degrees Celsius, dropping to about 8 degrees Celsius overnight. There's a chance of light precipitation, around 0.3 to 0.5 millimeters, but generally conditions should be comfortable. The wind will likely be a moderate breeze, typically averaging around 18 kilometers per hour for this time of year. Atmospheric pressure is predicted to be relatively stable, which is always a good indicator, as sudden drops can often put fish off their feed. These mild, stable, and mostly dry conditions are fantastic for fishing, allowing fish to settle into a more consistent feeding pattern. In terms of water temperature, the sea around Ireland in mid-October hovers around 13 to 14 degrees Celsius. Inland freshwater systems will be slightly cooler, but generally remaining above 10 degrees Celsius. This cooling trend, transitioning from summer to autumn, is a critical trigger. It signals to predatory fish that it's time to feed aggressively to build up their reserves for the approaching colder months, making them more active hunters. It's a natural shift in their metabolism that we anglers can exploit. And the moon phase, a factor that always intrigues us anglers, on October 22nd, 2025, we'll be experiencing a waxing crescent moon. The moon will be only about 1% illuminated, having been a new moon just the day before. While the full and new moons are often associated with peak activity due to stronger tides, the days immediately following a new moon, as the light begins to increase, can still stimulate fish activity. There will be a moderate tide which can also influence feeding. Overall fish activity for this time of year in Ireland sees a general shift towards aggressive autumn feeding patterns. Predatory fish like pike, bass, and perch are definitely in feed-up mode. Brown trout also remain active and can offer excellent sport. So, considering the stable, mild weather, comfortable water temperatures, and the active waxing crescent moon phase, I'm giving our fishing forecast for Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025, a solid good to very good rating, leaning towards excellent for predatory species. The combination of cooling water, stable pressure, and the natural autumn feeding frenzy means fish will be actively seeking food. So there you have it, my friends, your comprehensive fishing forecast for Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. Pack your waterproofs, bring your patience, and don't be afraid to experiment. I wish you all the very best of luck, tight lines, and may your nets be heavy, no tail, no scales. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful, and let me know in the comments below. What are your go-to autumn tactics for pike, bass, or perch in changing weather? Have you had any monster catches this October? Share your observations and let's keep this awesome angling community thriving.